one of my favorite recipes for zucchini. It was originally given to me by a patient of mine who was a chef. And I've done a little bit of modification to it. He used margarine or butter, and instead I use my chicken style seasoning with a little bit of water. And he used pepper, and in its place today I'm going to be using Vegetarian Express pepper-like seasoning. This gives you the pepper flavor without the harmful effects of regular pepper. So here's the recipe. I'm going to start out with, this is about 1/4 of a cup of water. I'm not even going to use that. I'm going to use about half of this, so that'll be about 1/8 of a teaspoon of water. And you only want enough to kind of moisten the vegetables so that they don't burn, and to also kind of mix your chicken style seasoning. Now I've added about half a teaspoon to my water, and then to that I have about half of a tomato here chopped up. And as this cooks, you're going to see that the tomato will add the moisture, so you don't have to worry about this burning. And then I have 2 small zucchinis that I have cut up. I'm going to put those on top of the tomato. And then turn my fire on to about medium heat. And I'm going to use about half a teaspoon of the pepper-like seasoning. I'm going to sprinkle that over that. Once those tomatoes start heating up, they will start to break down and they'll add more moisture to the meal, and that will keep it from burning on the bottom. This makes a wonderful side dish with maybe some Lebanese lentils or some vegan macaroni and cheese that you can make with the cheese recipe we have on our channel. And what you want to do is just let that cook down until the squash is tender and the tomatoes are cooked. What I'm going to do is put a lid on this and let it simmer for a few minutes. Here's how it looks after 2 minutes. I want to stir it a little bit so that the zucchini all gets nice and warm. And turn up the heat. By cooking at a little higher temperature and without the lid, I can kind of evaporate out some of the liquid. As you can see, the tomatoes have broken down and there's a lot of juice right here in the bottom. So we want to cook these until that kind of dissipates a bit and the vegetables continue to soften. The chicken style seasoning has some salt in it, so you may not need to salt this at all. But if you want to, you can salt it at the table after it's done cooking. the moisture is beginning to dissipate, what I'm going to do is turn the heat down a little bit, put the lid on it so that the squash can continue to soften. They are tender, but they've still retained a lot of their color. That's just the way I want them. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you have any questions about the recipe, the ingredients, check the description below. And if you have any other questions, let us know. Thank you. Bye.